names at the top of the practice chart in Sprint Unlimited practice, presented on Fox Sports 1 by Toyota Kurt Busch. Just over 200 miles an hour, which would be 45 seconds flat around this 2.5-mile trioval. Ricky Stenhouse now second, Kevin Harvick third. And Mike, that was a number that we chased down here for a long time. Who would be the first guy that could qualify at over 200 miles an hour here at Daytona? And Cale Yarborough did it on his first lap.
And when I look at this pack of drivers, most of them are coming to complete 13 laps. What I would think most of them are thinking here, along with their crew chiefs, you see Matt McCall there, now the crew chief for Jamie McMurray in the one car, is if we could make a 20-lap run, I think we learn the trend that our race car is going to go in. All right, let's get more from Jamie Little.
I think a lot of these crew chiefs are covering their eyes right now. I talked to Matt right before they rolled out of the garage, and I said, what is your plan for this practice? He said, for me personally, I'd like to check the ride heights and park it, but because Jamie hasn't been in a car in a while, he's going to want to run all practice long, and that's just what he's doing. These two getting off to a great start so far, guys.
Yeah, Jamie hasn't raced in, what, 2 weeks? That's when the Rolex 24 was here at Daytona, and he joined a very exclusive list of multiple event winners.
You know, that's one thing I like about no testing. Because we used to come down here and test before the 24-hour race. Then they would run the cars around this joint for 24 hours, dropping fluids and oil and rubber. And then we'd come back and the track would be a totally different animal.
You know, to follow up on the report that Jamie did, you have such a small box of rules or adjustments that you can make with this race car because you're locked into rear springs and rear shocks here at this track. So the ride height she talked about, it has to do with that front splitter, the bottom part of the front end. You want that thing sealed to the racetrack, but you don't want it bottoming out. That's the big thing that these crew chiefs wanted to look at as far as this first practice. It would be that part right there along the bottom of Jamie McMurray's one car. You want it sealed to the racetrack.
And I know everybody home has heard about all the rule changes for 2015. You can forget all those for here at Daytona. These cars are exactly the way they were last year. Even the track bar adjuster that you heard about that the drivers will be able to do in Atlanta, but they don't have any of that here. These cars are exactly like they were at this track last year.
Looking back from Clint Boyer's Toyota as the pack catches up.
I just burped it a little bit. Maybe, you know, get a little gap or letting somebody in line. I didn't have a good shot. I just heard it.
I think what he was trying to do is get to the back of this pack, and that's why he was just burping it right there.
These things are so set. I mean, it takes a little time to get them wound up, and so just that little burp, I mean, you'll lose a good bit of distance on the cars you're around just by burping it that little bit.
24 of the 25 drivers that will be in the Sprint Unlimited has been on track. Brad Keselowski is the lone holdout. He now makes his way to pit road. And the black flag is going to come out for Tony Stewart because of the drivers who have been asked to go to the weight room and check in, Smoke has yet to go on the scale.
But he got good information for Chad Johnston in that 14 team because he ran a total of 14 laps, 16 laps in that 14 car. So that's a good run, good long run.
Saw Tony earlier today, had a little bit of spring in his step, no limp at all. Another off-season surgery to help heal that right leg that was damaged in a sprint car crash. And Tony ready to go.
Yeah, he's in the best spirits I think I've seen him in quite a while. The leg looks great. He said it's really not bothering him at all right now. He's going to have a surgery later on. I don't know when to get that rod that's in there, I think, out. But overall, he really looked like he was ready to race this year.
Well, here's a familiar scene at Daytona. Mr. Lonely. Jimmy Johnson practicing all by himself. Want to take a ride, Darrell?
Yeah, I hope he doesn't mind if if we ride along with him. I mean, he's not around any other cars, so looks pretty smooth just going down the back there, trucking along. Right down on that yellow line. Yellow line is your best friend. Never lifts, runs wide open. You hear the engine, never changes tunes. It's just nice and free. That's what you want. You want to see maybe 100 or 200 RPM drop in the corners. That means the car's free. It's not binding up. And then hopefully when you get right there, you run a pretty quick lap.
Well, the big yellow truck will get its first visitor of 2015. Driver and crew chief, car number 14. Come to the truck before you go back out on the track.